In this video, I want to show you how to set up for the very first time your iPhone 17. So let's get started right away. First thing, press the power button until you see the Apple logo appearing on the display. Then release the button and wait for the first setup menu to appear. Once you see this screen, swipe up and select your language. Then select your country. Next, we have to select between default, medium, and large. How do you want the icons and everything on your screen to look? You can see a small preview over here every time you change the settings. In my case, I'll select default and press continue. If you already own an iPhone and you simply want to transfer your data, your apps, everything from the older iPhone to this newer iPhone, simply take your older iPhone and bring it close to this new one. Right now, as you see, it's looking for any nearby device. In this video, I'll set up this iPhone as a new one without using an older phone. So I'll go ahead and select setup without another device. Now I'll be asked to select my Wi-Fi network. So I'll click on mine and type the password. Then press the blue button over here. At this point, you just have to wait. So let's come back once the wait is done. On this next screen, if there is a software update available, you will have to install it. So simply tap on the blue button over here, update now. Then click agree. And now you have to wait. Once the update has been installed, you'll be back on this screen. So simply reselect what you chose previously. I had default, so I'll press continue and I'll select setup without another device once again. It will search for an update available, and obviously we have installed ours, so we go to the next screen directly. Over here, select continue, and now you have to pick who will be the user of this iPhone. So in my case, it's myself, so I'll select adult, but if you're gonna give this phone to a child or a teen, you can select these other options over here, where you'll be able to limit the usage of the device. Now it's time to set up Face ID. As it says over here, you'll be able to use it with Apple Pay, you'll be able to unlock your phone. It's pretty useful. This way you don't have to type your password every time. So how do you do? Simply select continue. I'll take my phone and I'll make sure that I'm looking at the camera. I'll click on get started. And right here I'm looking at the camera. And I'll simply do a full turn with my head, okay? Try turning slowly, do a 360 until you hear a sound and the circle becomes green. Now, if you want, you can also do the same thing, but with a mask. If you intend to wear a mask often, Face ID can actually work with a mask. It's just you have to register your face with a mask. I don't want to do this, so I'll select don't use Face ID with a mask. The scan has been completed. Press continue. And now you need to create a passcode for this iPhone. So in case Face ID doesn't work, you have a password to rely on. It's up to you to create whatever you want. In this case, I'll simply select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, I suggest you choose something more complicated, and they even told you over here that this passcode is way too easy, but I'll use it anyway because this is just for the video. I won't use this phone. They will ask us if we want to transfer our apps and data from another device. Could be from an iCloud backup, could be from another iPhone, a PC, Mac computer, or even an Android smartphone. It's up to you. In my case, as I said, I want to start fresh, so I won't transfer anything from another device. I'll select don't transfer anything. Now it's time to log in into your Apple account. You're not obligated to do so. The problem is that if you choose to not log in to any Apple account, you won't be able to have access to the App Store where you download apps. So your smartphone won't be very smart. So to log in, you simply have to type your email or phone number associated with your Apple account over here, and they will ask you for the password afterwards. For the purpose of this video, I will not sign in into an Apple account. So I'll select don't have an Apple account over here, and then set up later in settings, because you can choose to do this at any moment, not necessarily now. Don't use. Do you want your iPhone to be updated automatically every time there's a new update? It will be automatically downloaded and installed for you without you having to touch anything. Or do you want to do this manually? I'll press continue here because I think it's pretty useful to not think about this. Do you want to use iMessage and FaceTime? Most people would want this indeed. So press continue if you want this feature. Next, they will ask us if we want to grant it the permission of this iPhone to register our location. This is for maps and other services like Find My that relies on, well, your location. So I'll turn this on. It's pretty useful. And now it's time to set up your eSIM, because this iPhone 17 does not have any SIM card slot. If you have another iPhone close to you that has your eSIM on it, you can simply bring it close to this iPhone, select transfer from nearby iPhone, and it will transfer the eSIM. If you have a QR code for your eSIM, tap use QR code instead. Or you can do this later. Do you want to get a weekly report of the usage of your iPhone, so you know how many hours you spend, how many hours you lost doing stuff on your iPhone every week? You're not obligated to do this, so I'll select setup later in settings. Apple is asking us if we want to share your analytics so they can improve their products. It's up to you if you want to share your personal data usage. I'll select don't share in my case. And now you have to select if you want the display to be light, so white, or dark, if you prefer having the text in white and the background in black. Or you can select automatic, which will switch between them depending on the time of the day. I'll press continue. Now they ask us if we want to use Apple Intelligence. These are many different features, including a better Siri. It's up to you if you want Apple Intelligence or not. It doesn't cost anything, so I always suggest you set up an Apple Intelligence. It will ask us if we want our notifications to be summarized. So as you see here, if you have 3 notifications, it will combine them in one, and it will summarize whatever these 3 notifications are saying. You can accept this or refuse. Your phone can also classify your notifications, so the more important ones can be highlighted, separated from the other ones. Again, it's a feature that you can activate or not use, if you prefer just saying your notification in the same usual order. Then press continue. This is for the camera control, by the way. This button right over here, if you want this to activate the camera every time you press it, press continue. If you want visual intelligence with the camera control button, so let's say you're at a store, you want to get more information about a product, you simply have to keep press this button while pointing the camera of your phone to that product, and it will search the internet to give you information about that product. It's up to you. I'll press continue. I think it's pretty useful. Now they'll ask you if you want to customize the action button, which is this button right over here. This can do many different things, hundreds of different things. It's up to you to choose what do you want it to do. So you can click customize, and you can go through all the different options like this. So do you want this to be the focus button? Do you want this to launch the camera? Although it's not very useful since you already have a camera button here. Visual intelligence, do you want this button to activate the flashlight? I mean, go through all of these. There's many different choices, as you see. It can even launch any apps that you decide by clicking choose shortcut. So if you want, I don't know, Facebook to be launched every time you press this button, you can do that. Choose one of these. If not, by default, it's the silent mode button. If you're going to use Siri with this iPhone, press continue. If you don't want any voice assistant, press setup later. Here, press continue and get started. And you're now on the home screen of your new iPhone 17. You completed the initial setup. I'll give you a tour of all the buttons of the iPhone 17 and how you can use those buttons. First, let's go on the right side. So over here on the top, we have the power button. This power button, if you press on it, will put your phone to sleep. And if you press it again, will wake it up. Under the power button, we have the camera control button. Actually, it's a lot more than a simple button. So if you press on that, it will go directly in the camera app. And once you're in the camera app and you press this button, you'll be able to take pictures. You can also slide your finger on this button while you are in the camera app to change a few settings. So right now I'm controlling the exposure up and down, but there's also other settings available. You need to double tap the button without fully pressing it. So just a double tap like this, and now we can switch between different settings. Exposure, depth, zoom, for example, cameras. If we choose camera, if you click here to choose camera, you can choose between the 2x zoom, the 1x zoom, the wide angle, and if you switch again, you'll switch to the selfie camera. So it's very useful. Simply by swiping your finger, you'll be able to adjust these settings. If I double press again on this, you'll be able also to choose styles and also tones. Same thing, by selecting, you'll be able to swipe and adjust tones. Over here, if we look down below, there's no buttons. We only have a mic, some speakers, and the USB Type-C port of the iPhone 17. This is used to charge your phone, but you can also use this USB Type-C port to transfer data. For example, you can plug a USB drive over here, or even a micro SD card using an adapter. Otherwise, on the left side of the iPhone, we're going to have the volume down and volume up button. This can be used for something else, okay? Not only volume up. So if you're going to press at the same time volume up and the power button on the other side, you're going to take a screenshot on your iPhone 17. Let me redo it. Also, you can use these buttons, including the power button, to force restart your phone in case it's frozen. By pressing quickly the volume up, volume down, and keeping press the power button, you'll have access to the slide to power off slider that you just have to use, okay? Simply slide your finger to power off your iPhone. Finally, the last button over here on the left side is the action button. This button can be customized so it can do almost anything you can think. To customize it, open the settings of your iPhone, go down the list, select action button. Right now there's nothing, but if you swipe left and right, you'll be able to choose, as I said, almost anything. So it can be the silent mode button, it can be the camera button, visual intelligence, flashlight. Actually, this is very useful. If you leave it to flashlight and you need to press it at least 1 second, it will activate the flashlight, and you can also turn it off. But as I said, you can also, for example, launch an app. If you go to shortcuts, choose shortcut, open app, you'll be able to select any apps that is currently installed on your iPhone. And every time you're going to press that button, it will launch the app that you have selected, or other options. The possibilities are almost endless. And on the back, although it seems that there's no button, there is a hidden one. You see the Apple logo over here? It can be used as a button. How do you do this? If you go into the settings, accessibility, go down, select touch, go down this list, select back tap, and here you have to select double tap. What does double tapping the Apple logo does? Click on the top and select any of these options. For example, if you want by double tapping the back to have your flashlight open, select flashlight, go back, and it got registered, which means that, let me demonstrate. I'll tap on the Apple logo. The flashlight turned on and the flashlight turned off. So you can assign many different things to this double tapping button. Again, you have all these options, and you can also triple tap to have another option available. I want to show you 5 different ways on how to charge your iPhone 17. In the box, the only thing you get to charge your phone is this USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, nothing else. So method number 1 to charge your phone is, well, connect one end of this cable down below in the USB Type-C port, and the other end connected in your computer. Even if it's not a Mac computer, this is a PC. If I connect it to the USB port right over here, USB Type-C, it starts charging my iPhone right away. Method number 2, if you don't want to use a PC, is to simply use a charger. Now, this works with almost any charger that is USB Type-C. This one is made by Apple, and I'll put links in the description, by the way, to everything that I'm showing you right now, so you know what I'm talking about. But simply plug this end over here and plug the charger in your wall outlet. And as you see, it's currently charging. Another way is by using a portable battery. There's so many on the market and they all work practically the same way. You'll need a cable. Connect one end of the cable, this is USB Type-C, and the other end over here in your iPhone, and again it starts charging. This portable battery though has a pretty nice trick, which is that you can also not use any cables with it, which is more practical, especially on the go. You don't want to carry a cable as well. You can simply, since it has a magnet, put it on the back of your phone and it will charge this way. You can still hold your phone, it's comfortable enough, and as you see, the port stays available in case you want to connect something else. Method number 4 on how to charge is by using a wireless charging pad. This is a pretty cheap one. I got it at IKEA, but they sell so many of these on Amazon. There's nothing special about them. You need to connect a USB Type-C in the port of this wireless pad, and then you need to place your phone, and sometimes it's hard to know exactly how to place it. Okay, this is perfect. You see it starts charging, but if you misplace it, for say, let me just remove it, put it back. Okay, it's still working. I'm surprised, but usually if you don't place it centered on it, it will not work. And this is why we go to method number 5, which is a MagSafe charger. This is a MagSafe charger that is made for a desk, which is great, and it has actually a place where you can charge your AirPods as well. But on the top, since it's a MagSafe charger, it will be like a magnet. So you simply have to bring your phone and it will lock in. And obviously this charger needs to be connected to a power outlet, and this way it will start charging. Very practical, especially since this one, you can put your phone and then rearrange it, watch a movie this way, or just have it on the side of your desk ready to be used. It's pretty stable, as you see when I tap on it. It's one of my favorite ways of charging my phone, since I can remove it in just a split second. I want to show you the basic gestures on your iPhone 17. This is great if you never use an iPhone and you want to know how to navigate quickly using gestures on the display. So let's get started. One of the most basic gestures, okay, let's say you are in an app and you want to go back on the home screen, is to simply, okay, put your finger at the base of the screen and go up, okay, swipe up, and the app will close. Actually, it's not closed, it stays open in the background. And if you want to see all the apps that are open in the background, you're going to do the same gesture, but you're going to stop in the middle of the display and lift your finger, okay? So don't simply swipe up. And now you can see all the previous app that I was using. And now if you want to close apps that are in the background, these over here, simply swipe them up and they will disappear. You can also use 2 fingers or even 3 fingers to close 3 apps at the same time. To exit this screen, tap anywhere where there's no app, so just like that. You can also switch between different apps that are open simply by swiping left and right on the bottom of the screen. Just like that, I can switch between apps that are open. Now, if you are on your iPhone and let's say you're holding your iPhone with one hand and you cannot have access to the top of the iPhone, okay, you would like to tap something on the top, but your finger doesn't reach, you can simply swipe down on the bottom of the screen. Oops, let me redo it. And the screen will simply lower itself. This way you'll be able to have access to something that you wanted to type on the top. So you absolutely need to swipe down on the bottom of the screen so everything goes at the right level. You can put it back by tapping the arrow over there. Now, the iPhone has quick access to many different controls. Simply by swiping down from the top right corner, you're going to have access to all these buttons that are customizable, by the way. By clicking the plus icon, add control, you'll be able to add any controls you want, let's say this one, and then move them around where you prefer. Swipe up, so you make this disappear. If you swipe down from the top left corner, you're going to see all your notifications. So it's different if you swipe from here or from there. If you are on the home screen and you swipe down on the home screen, you'll be able to use the search bar over here to search any apps that you have on your iPhone or any files that you have in the Files app. Simply by typing it over here, you're going to get the results over there. On your home screen, if you keep press on an app, you will get more options about that app. For example, on the camera, if I keep press on it, we're going to have the option to take a selfie, go directly in video mode, in portrait mode, or other stuff. And depending which app you have, you may have multiple options that will save you a lot of time simply by keeping press on the app. You see, they all have a few different options, so very useful. And try this out on your app to see which one are available. Now, if you type in text in the Note app or in many other places, not necessarily only on this app, if you want, for example, to change the whole paragraph, to select the whole paragraph, triple tap anywhere on that paragraph. 1, 2, 3. Oops, let me retry it. Sometimes it doesn't work right away. As you see, it took me 2 times, but right now I have selected the whole paragraph and I can copy, paste, cut, or even delete it. If you simply want to select one word, double tap on it and you'll be able to have access to the same editing things. To select, you can also drag these selectors. If you want to select, let's say, 1 sentence, 2 sentences. And if you want to move the cursor, well, you can simply keep press on the text and you're going to get this magnifying glass look where you can position the cursor exactly where you want. Or you can do the same thing with the space bar. So keep press the space bar and as you see, my cursor is moving everywhere on the page and I can place it exactly where I want it to be. If you typed something, okay, and you change your mind, you want to get back, or maybe you have deleted a big portion of your text and you notice that this is an error and you want to go back, take 3 fingers and swipe on the display towards the left to go to the previous, or swipe towards the right to redo whatever you were typing. And at any moment you can do this. So if, let's say, you deleted the whole text and you don't know what to do, how do you get it back? Well, simply go ahead and start swiping with 3 fingers. And the last thing I want to show you as a gesture is very interesting. If you go into the photo gallery app, these are the pictures I have on my phone. You can keep press on a picture and you'll be able, simply by moving your fingers, to move it around, but that's not what I want to show you. Keep it pressed, okay? Keep your finger on the screen with your picture attached to it and go on another app simply using, let's say, your thumb. I'll switch the app. I'll go on my Notes app over here and I'll be able to put this picture where I want in this text. And you can do the same. This could have been WhatsApp, for example. So if you want to share a picture on WhatsApp quickly, there's many ways how to do it, but let's say you are on your camera roll, you keep press, you have your pictures or videos, this is a video, you're going to go like this, find WhatsApp, go in WhatsApp, imagine this is WhatsApp, and release your video or pictures where you usually type your message on WhatsApp, and it will send it this way. So this is about it. These are basic gestures that you can use on your iPhone 17. If you found my video useful, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one.